Well, my glasses is, well, I guess I'll have to chance it today. Won't wear my glasses. Be easy on me. I really don't. I really don't uh, feel up to this.
But we don't have to. We don't have
Oh
to
no,
do.
no.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can find a reason not to real easy, just like that. But
Yeah.
no, no, I'm not going to. See, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you know when you're worrying?
I do.
How much of the time do you catch yourself knowing that you're doing it?
Quite often, typically because there's a feeling I have when I'm in a state of worry. So uh,
But how many people you think have that feeling?
I think most people have it. They don't. They're not aware that they have it.
See, what you worry about, you bring about.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. I'm telling you, it's absolutely that simple. All the stories of scripture and all of that, that's just to bring you that message right there. And that's what the real scholars of scripture find out that, well, that's all it was. It was just an attitude about looking at life in general with a bad attitude. And I added several of them, so I wasn't short of it at any time. But none of us are. You know, I run it over and over and over and keep saying, just keep it simple. Just keep repeating it simply. As you think, you are, you do, you have, you be. That's the whole story, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And all you have to do is just go into silence by yourself and think, what are we talking about here? What is this? What get to know first person? What does that mean? That should mean something to you because knowing first person is the way out. Knowing second person, that's secondhand land. And you can live in that forever if you want to. It doesn't go away. I mean, it does go away, but you manage to stay. And that's a blessing or a curse, depending on your attitude about life in general, isn't it?
It is.
But if you just consider that you're on all the time, see, right now, while I'm talking to you, you're thinking, is it positive? Is it negative? Do you care? Have you taught? Have you thought? Hey, if you want to invest in yourself, and that's all it is. That's all this is, isn't it?
It's an investment in itself.
Investment in self. Well, it pays off big dividends if you really give yourself to it. And what are you giving yourself to? A better attitude. I mean, if man was, like I said, all the great minds say it's man's attitude. That's his whole life. And you can change your attitude. I mean, I've changed several of them that were in my favor. Um, it's just looking out for yourself. But that's what you're doing. If you're following what I'm saying, you're just looking out for yourself. You don't have to belong to this, that, or the other. Holy, 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 holy. I use that word so much. Holy, holy, holy. What isn't holy if there's only God? I mean, come on. We're really, isn't it? See, Isn't this just normal thinking, feelingly better than the best? That's all it is, isn't it?
That's it.
I mean, and people say they want simple. And then when you give them simple, they go, oh, well, I can't really it simple. Yeah, simple. It can be that simple. And it is. But you got to recognize it. See, it's you recognizing. Even Paul tells you, Jesus Christ is in you. Do you not recognize this? Obviously not. And if you're walking around, oh, then you don't recognize it. See, as within, so without. If you're happy within, then you're happy on the without. But if you're acting happy on a without when you ain't happy and within, those two forces are just banging, banging, banging away. But no wonder you have headaches, migraines, and all that crap. Well, that's where it comes from, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, yeah, you know, the thing people don't understand, God doesn't need your help, just your permission, because He gave you choose to stay, and He doesn't have anything to say about it now. But if you go on to change it, just ask Him. He says you receive not because you ask not. Well, okay, then start asking for your sake.
Absolutely. Question. Could the challenge be how to ask?
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You're told that you receive not because you ask not, or you're asking amiss. See that it's that asking amiss that trips you up. And also it's that voice behind you that says, ah, you're kidding yourself. But that too. But look, you have a valid say. No. Now is the only time there is. Now you have a valid say. And every word you say has a value, and you will experience the value of that word. You don't have to believe me for that. You can test that for yourself. See, that's the wonderfulness about this. You don't need us to do it. You just need us to hear it. Now you hear it, do a thing, and you shall have the power. Not a political power, the power. This is only a time sense. It all goes away. Virtual reality. Reality is changeless. That's what you're looking for. And all there is to being changeless is knowing, stop being double-mindedness. I mean, that's what you're doing. You start, stop. And you get nowhere and you go, well, what happened to me? Well, you short-circuited your own thought patterns. As a matter of fact, you should once in a while just to see what you're thinking. Because actually most people don't know what they're thinking. And some are not even paying attention to it. They're not concerned. But you better be concerned because it's your life of experiencing. I told many people, I know everybody agrees with that, don't they?
Me too. Can I touch on something? There was somebody in the group on the same topic, and we did a talk. The talk was imagination creates reality. And she said, no, it doesn't. I said, well, just test it for yourself. I said, think what it is that you're going to do on a given day and watch how those things play out. I said, we're not telling you something that you can't test. And that's the wonderful thing, like you stated earlier, test it for yourself. And the truth of the matter is, whether you know it or not, you are testing it, correct?
Well, actually, you're on all the time. You're right there. You're being tested every moment. You're testing yourself against yourself. You're either being positive or negative. I mean, that was something I didn't even recognize the idea of having a negative personality because well, I'm smiling at other times and that, so I figured must be just a blip here and there. But it's not just a blip here and there. It's just like oh, it's right now. You know, it's like I said, God doesn't need your help. He just needs your permission. If you want, he said, you receive not because you ask not, or you're asking amiss. So if you're not receiving it, I check on that asking amiss, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Well, but that's all there is to it.
It is.
Did he say anything after that?
No. No.
See that's how he does the whole Bible. Comes up with these little one-liners that you just slide right over. But when you stop and think about it, boom. You know that almost But do you open it and quicken it? Give it life. Give it your attention. Because when you give your attention to something, you're giving your life to that object. That's how it survives. If you took your mind completely away, it would just disappear. Well, you complain about your money, it just seems to disappear. Well, you disappear it. You do because you worry about it, and that disappears it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It absolutely does.
I'm not trying to be glib about this, believe me. I mean, this is nothing I discovered. It was always right there. I mean, the thing of it is the whole of the universe is right here in this vegetable brain. Yes, right here. And then you're given the theater of mind to act it out, your choice in this world of experiencing, to act it out. I mean, Shakespeare said it, all the world's a stage and all the men and women are just that, they're actors, spiritual actors, but you don't recognize that either, but you will get around to it. See, the thing of it is, yeah, the thing of it is, people are really strong because they can put up with misery for years and years and years, and then defend it at the same time. See, that's what really gets you. They're defending it. Not only are they feeding it, but they're defending it. I- you know, those wars and rumors of wars in scripture, they'll be laughable. I mean, the thinking be that stupid. Well, come on, it's not too brilliant to start a war, is it? I mean, it's not too easy to be happy with a war going on.
Absolutely.
So you're constantly in the dumper. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then you wonder, well, why me? Why this? Why? Well, because you're self-depressed all the time. Yeah, but most people don't realize they're living a depressed life, and they ain't got sense enough to get mean with themselves for a moment and actually face what they're doing to themselves. All denial is self-denial, you're told. All denial is self-denial. God's not denying you anything. And God's not punishing you either. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know what you're doing and doesn't care. If he'd have cared, he certainly wouldn't have given you whatsoever to choose from. I mean, he must have had another plan over the other plan that will take care of all these mishaps. I had a half a dozen of Neville's tapes, and I listened to them at least one every night for years before it actually touched base. I began thinking differently. The importance of having a CD, because what has your focus has your life. Think about it. We're not asking you to join anything, but you have to have the CDs. You have to have the DVDs. You have to listen to them. It's you training this. Listen, listen, listen.
But as Mr. Lindell stated, you have to listen to them repeatedly. And again, for those who are interested, click the link below and it will take you to the 4 CD set, and you'll be able to transform not only your mind, but your world.